Hello YouTube, Mr. Shiny Time. I was watching this video by Ringo for Life. I know some of you probably know him. He's a pretty controversial figure. I don't agree with a lot of stuff he says, especially the Hebrew Israelite stuff. I don't really know anything about Hebrew Israelites, but claiming that black people are Israelites seems rather suspect right off the bat. But anyway, he made a really good video about black women and Isaiah Mustafa and what the comments or some of the comments that Mustafa said about what he's looking for in a woman, what he finds attractive, what's his criteria for a woman. And this goes to the heart of the matter. This goes right to what is going on in American society, and I've made numerous videos on this, and I'm actually quite surprised at the amount of backlash that I see over the weave. I had no idea that this many black men hated the weave this much. And the more I look around YouTube, the more it seems that the majority of black men do not like the weave on black women. And that's kind of interesting because black women still wear weaves in large numbers. So that must mean that the forces that are keeping them wearing the weaves are much more powerful than the opinions of black men telling them to stop wearing weaves. That makes you think how powerful the influence in the media is. This whole idea of hair and black women issues, it is directly related to slavery. It is directly related to the subjugation of black people in this country from the very beginning. Black people are taught to hate themselves. Black women specifically are taught to hate their hair. Black women in the media are put in positions against the mythic white woman, right? And, they're contrasted to be ugly, fat, no type of sexual desires can be, she can exude no kind of, sexual presence or sexual feelings in men. She's just a vessel to produce more babies, basically. And that is how black women are portrayed. And I've made a video about this, with the Good Luck Charlie video that I made, Who Represents Us is the title. That show is just a small example or a single example of what is going on in the media, what the larger picture in the media. They have, the white girl who's fit in shape, and then they contrast her against the fat black girl. You know what I mean? This is us. This is you. You know what I mean? That's related to the hair thing as well. From the very beginning, black women are told that your hair's ugly. If you want to be pretty, then you have to have straight hair. All the black girls in the media, if she has natural hair, she's got a weave. If she has, what I mean by natural hair, if she has African hair, if she has a weave on. The only black women you see in the media, the only quote-unquote black women you see in the media rocking their natural hair on a day-to-day basis is either they got it permed out or they're mixed with something else. Otherwise, all black women you see are either rocking a weave or got it permed. Where's all the black women rocking natural hair? Where's all the black women, who are rejecting the weaves? And this is what black women need to stand up and come together on this issue and address this issue honestly. But I made a video about this the other day, a response video. I think it was to Jane Speaks, I can't remember. And her thing was black women want to be versatile. But that's a smokescreen. And black men have long since figured that out, that's a smokescreen. We know you don't want to be versatile. We know you're trying to be more Eurocentric. We know you've accepted that European hair is the good hair, and African hair is the bad hair. It's crazy. Like my little sister, you know, she gets her hair permed. She's way too young to wear weaves. She's only 11, but man, I don't know. Maybe she isn't. I don't know. But you know, she gets her hair permed, but her mother makes an effort to braid her hair and keep it natural, which I always compliment her and tell her how nice her hair looks when she has it braided. You know, and I try to enforce that you don't need to wear this weave or straighten your hair in order to feel in order to feel good about yourself. If anything, you're unique. You should relish that uniqueness that will separate you from everybody else. You know, at my school, the school is like 75% white where I go to school. You know, in some of my larger classes, you know, where there's, you know, like, I don't know, 55-60% female in there. You know, I look around the room and I don't see what is so great that black women want straight hair. Why is it so great? It doesn't make you versatile. If anything, most of the white girls I see, their hairstyles are all the same. Parted to one side, parted the other side, shoulder length. That's it. What else is there? There's nothing. None of them do anything creative like black women do with their hair on a day-to-day basis. Ever. They wake up, they comb it to one side, they tie it up, and they go. It doesn't, having that long straight shit doesn't make you more versatile at all. In any way. That's what I don't understand. And their hair, it gets everywhere. You know, that fucking shit, they shed it all over the place. That's what I don't understand, you know, why black women are so envious of that hair. And why is it so difficult to break that cycle of convincing ourselves that we need straight hair? It's nothing special. I try to harp on this. There's nothing fucking special about it. You know, I'm not trying to bash anyone, but I mean, it's thin, it's stringy, you know what I mean? You know, they all have shoulder length hair, that's it. Shoulder length hair parted to one side. What is so special about that? I'm much more dazzled when I see a black woman walking around with some twists or some braids or something like that, or some locks. I'm like, damn, look at that. Now that's what I like right there, you know. But I mean, for some reason, the media has got you convinced that plain Jane Becky, you know, with her shoulder length hair parted over to the side, is what you should aspire to be. That's crazy. And I almost feel bad for my little sister in a way sometimes, because I know she's gonna have to grow up into this media indoctrination sooner or later. That sooner or later she's gonna feel the pressure to weave. And that's what troubles me watching her grow, is that I know one day she's gonna look in the mirror and she's gonna say, I need a weave to be beautiful. And then that's gonna start the cycle of years and years of weaves, and then perms and weaves and alternating between them, or maybe never even showing her real hair in public ever again. You know, just alternating between weaves and wigs until old age. And that's kind of disturbing and troubling for me, because I don't want her to grow up like that. I want her to grow up to be comfortable, to wear her hair and feel beautiful. But yeah, that was inspired by Ringo for Life on this video, and Isaiah Mustafa. I don't know anything about that, the comments he made. You know, I don't really pay attention to this media and celebrities and all that fucking shit, honestly. You know, I don't see celebrities as anything we should pay attention to, other than when we pass them by on TV. Who gives a fuck what they say? Celebrities are just as stupid and ignorant as everybody else. You know, just because you make millions of dollars, you know, making a movie doesn't make your opinion worth any more than anybody else's. So I don't know what Mustafa said, but maybe I'll check it out, maybe I won't. Like I said with the Kim Kardashian thing, I don't really pay attention to these celebrities at all. So that's all I wanted to say. Thanks for listening, everybody.